Now we're going back to insecurity, where FEC has approved $618 million loan for fighter jets, ammunition acquisitions as well. And we've been able to reconnect with Managing Director, Executive Guards Limited, Edinen Usoro. Mr. Edinen Usoro, if you can hear me, good evening and thank you for joining us once again.
Yeah, good evening.
All right, so now 6 M346 fighter aircraft and ammunition. What specific advantages do these aircraft provide if acquired?
Like the English people say, half-bred is better than none. Remember that the Air Force had said they needed 24 of the M346 fighter jets. They needed 24 units. And 10 AW109, tracker jets too. 6 to start with, okay, but for some of us, we feel that we should give our military all that they need. We should give our military all that they need because with all the security issues we're having all over Nigeria, we need all our armed forces, the Air Force, the Army, the Navy, to have the best weapon to prosecute this fight. And so for me, starting with 6 is okay, but like I said, they said they needed 24. And I think that we should prioritize this needs for military assets, because if you say you want to go get a foreign direct investment in, anybody that wants to take his money to any country to invest, number one has to think about his own personal security and the security of even the investment is going to make. So I think that government started doing women has done well by approving these purchases, but we need to do more for the Air Force and
now speaking of security assets and giving our security all that they need, are there implications of Nigeria increasing its military capabilities, particularly in relation to regional security dynamics in West Africa?
Yes, because of course you know what is happening. Some of our small neighbors, Niger, Mali, Burkina Faso, United States from ECOWAS, and trying to form an alliance with a different, military, country like Russia. Of course, we have to increase our military assets tremendously. Like I said, we have to take care of our borders, and then of course the internal security issues that we're having. So there's need for us to be better prepared. Of course, in any human endeavor, your preparedness determines your success or otherwise. So I want to see that, of course, the government itself knows that there's need, for us to do more in terms of decision of military assets,
Okay.
and this need, yes.
All right. Now, given the significant financial commitments to both the military and also infrastructure projects, how should the Nigerian government prioritize funding to ensure that both security and development are adequately addressed?
I've said it earlier. Number one, it's like talking about the chicken and the egg. Which one is more important, or which one comes first? But for me, when it comes to security issues and security investment in security, if you have adequate security in place, investment will just flow in. Investment, people can leave one part of the country, even internal investors. Somebody can leave maybe the south, get to the north to invest. Why? Because the person is sure where he's taking his money to. So I think that government should do more. You can build, if you build the roads, you want to build the roads, and bandits are everywhere. Kidnappers are around those bushes. So which one should you do first? I think that what the government has done, maybe in the next quarter or so, get them more of these fighter jets, because these days, of course, we see what is happening between Israel, Hamas, and Hezbollah. We see what is been happening between Russia and small Ukraine. So most of these battles are done by air now. We need to improve, get more resources to acquire state-of-the-art drone systems and all that. So I want to see a situation where we acquire enough military assets. We can take these insecurity issues and just face it, not like we do, like becoming part of our daily life. We can fight it. Let's do a rapid investment and prosecute this war. Give the military commanders, give them targets. Anybody who cannot meet it, I mean, of course, they can be replaced. But if somebody tells you he needs about 24 new 24 fighter aircraft, and it takes you time to approve a little, and then after that, so it can have a way of dampening their morale. But we need to let our military men and officers know that, look, the country is solidly behind you. Whatever you need, to make sure that we are secure as a country, we are prepared to do it. We can still be doing the infrastructure thing, but for me, security is number one.
Okay. Now, they also talked about, allowing creatives to use intellectual property as collateral for funding. And, what implications does, allowing this, I'm talking about, using creatives and intellectual property, as collateral, what implications does this have for national security, especially regarding the protection of intellectual property rights in a growing digital economy?
Fortunately, when it comes into the international arena, there are things you cannot do. There are things you cannot mess up with. I don't see us being at any disadvantage at all. I don't see us being at any disadvantage because there are laws guarding behaviors in the international arena. And of course, I know that it's not just you just go there and then you want to give guarantees. There are normal, there will be normal written agreements, signed agreements, and all that. And then, of course, the protection, of those assets are guaranteed in such agreements. I don't see that as being an issue.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us and speaking to us on this.
Thank you for having me.